welcome to another episode of Youth Connect. I'm your host, Director Matthew Brandon, and I'm here with my brothers and my sisters.
Good news to you, my name is Glory, and today we'll find out if a woman can lead or not.
Good news to you, my name is Lorraine. Let's talk about the responsibilities of us women.
Good news to you, my name is Samantha. I can't wait to get into this one.
Wow. Good news to you, my name is Ryan, and today let's dissect biblically what exactly is the role of a man and the role of a woman in today's society.
So guys, as you've heard, today's topic is gender roles. What each and every man or woman are supposed to be doing in their environment in terms of life, at work, or relationships. Let us dive further in and see what my colleagues have in store for us today.
Wow.
Well, I would like to say there's this misconception. I feel like it's a misconception that a woman cannot lead. I feel like a woman can lead, Brandon. A woman can lead. But the problem now also with women is trying to lead in the wrong place.
Okay.
So for example, as a woman, school, work, go for it, achieve every single thing you want to achieve. Because men and women in society, just in general, like right now, we are all equal. So if you want to go for something, go for it. Do not let anyone stop you. So I feel when it comes to roles, right, there are certain things, because naturally, men and women, we are built different, body-wise, right? But then in the case of education or work, I think, or career-wise, that is okay. But then you see there are situations where maybe now some careers, they'll even tell you, yeah, we don't want women because of physicality issues and all that. That I can understand. But I feel like in a home setup, for example, there are houses where there are only boys. So if there's no woman, the only woman is the mother. If she's not there, that means nothing is getting done. I don't think that adds up.
That's me, actually. I do have sisters, but then they are much older than I am. So when we were growing up, they had already left for university, marriage. So there was no one to cook. I had to step up. I was taught how to cook, taught how to clean.
So I think
And that doesn't make you less of a man anyway.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Most kids are even men, if you think about it.
Yes.
That's true.
My brothers are so blessed. Did you hear that? My son had to cook. But you guys didn't cook. I was cooking. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So as per se, we would say that the gender roles in our family setup just depends whether there's a lot of females or there's none.
Gender balance.
Yeah, there's a little bit of balance. So just in case if we notice that there's also the aspect, you didn't tell us the aspect of the boys. What do the boys do?
Okay, the boys,
generally?
the boys normally they would fetch water, be in the garden. Most of the work in the garden they're done by boys, but
So
it doesn't
we say
mean that
physical.
physical.
The
Exactly.
harder
Those things
physical work
that
will be
requires
done by the
physical
guys.
muscles, the guys would venture in.
Okay.
We'll be just cooking, doing the soft one.
At the end of the day, we would say that it's a fair share of work inside the house.
Inside the house. Yes.
So now let's go to the environment. Like, what is expected of the men in the environment and the women in the environment to do so that we know that, okay, when it comes to a neighborhood, we've got the ladies that make sure that this is sorted out.
I think the first thing is hygiene.
In what way?
Hygiene, yeah. Like the environment, is it clean? Men can't clean.
Oh.
If you get to an environment, you can tell that. Yes, you can say that. There's a woman here,
That's
and
so true.
99.99% of an environment that has men only is very dirty.
Yeah, we can survive.
Compared to an environment that has women, or maybe there's a gender balance there. It's totally two different environments.
That's true. Apparently, even the prophet says the only reason why men
bath
bath
is because of us.
women.
Yes, that's true. That's one of the most, because you think that, okay, well, before I leave the house, I just need to be
Smell
a little
good.
bit, smell
Look
good.
good.
Because there's that girl on me,
Without us, you would do that.
Or just the prospects of thinking that I might meet the future,
Yes.
So you always need to be prepared. But I would say, yes, it's true. But the main qualities of gender roles are defined in relationships.
Yeah, more.
So if we mostly check the marriages are where children learn what's needed. The girl child, the boy child. If a boy child grows up without a father, either they take it from the environment, learning from the environment of how he's seen some of the men in the environment behaving towards their wives or towards their family, or they learn through other ways, either TV or
Internet,
or
social
internet.
media.
But I wouldn't say that internet is the best way to learn.
That's very
But
true.
environment is always the best. So in that term, we'll be right back after this short break.
The Deeper Life, from the best-selling author of The Money Is Coming by Uebert Angel. Unlock the totality of God's power through a surrendered life. The Deeper Life in Christ awaits. This book gives an in-depth look at what it means to live a surrendered life in Christ. Get a copy of this captivating book that will transform your life. Available now at www.ubertangel.org/books.
Okay, so we're back with my colleagues right here, and we were discussing on gender roles. And we've learned that from their environments or their lives, they've learned so many different ways of handling their roles and how they have learned to do their roles in their aspect of being either a male or a female.
Yes.
I'll go back to you, my sister Gloria, as you said that in a relationship, as a woman, you are the one who, not to say control as such, but I would say push the guy to do certain things. Won't it end up looking like you're nagging a person? Because this guy, mind you, this person is not yet your husband.
That's true.
But the prospects of it then turning into something that you're considering for marriage, it might then go back to that. But won't you think that you're being a little bit nagging?
I personally think the moment you feel like you are now actually nagging someone or you're pushing someone, then there's some unequally yoked thingy going on there.
Wow.
Because I feel like if you are moving at the same frequency, right? If you are, then you should know that as a man, I'm supposed to do A, B, C, right? As a woman, I'm supposed to do A, B, C. But if you find yourself always trying to push and push and push someone, then it's questionable.
But it's not wrong to push.
Exactly.
It's
But
not
it's like,
wrong. But there's an extra push that you put.
Like,
There's this thing we say that as men, we expect that our girls give us a little bit of extra push.
That's true.
It's not just an extra push
Oh,
that you
it's
girls
just a
do. You girls don't really notice that there's a difference between the extra push, that hard push, and then just a natural tap.
So now we are talking about
This is-
an approach, right?
Yes, the approach of how they do it.
That's
Delilah didn't go with a knife. Tell me your secret.
No. She was very soft and
She
subtle about it.
caressed him, spoke to
So
him
now
nicely.
we have to go back on how to talk to these guys.
Yes.
So we really need to
Especially the
we
biggest
really need
thing
to-
that you don't realize that ladies,
That's true.
your tongue is very deadly towards a guy.
That is so
Especially
My God.
these guys try to learn women. We try to understand women.
the one
And
thing you
people
can't learn.
and it's funny how ladies, and most of the times I've heard these marriages collapsing, divorcing and stuff, as a person who's not yet into marriage. You're always hearing the woman say, he does not listen to me, this, that, and it's
But
not,
do
I'm
you
always
also
saying things
listen?
plainly. The moment that you're hearing that, and then when you go to the guy says, she doesn't say things clearly, she says things in the riddles, and it's just the way you say it. As
The
ladies,
approach.
we might not even understand you, but I'm trying to get to understand you as a man. It's something that when I even consider courtship with a lady, I try to understand your character, your behavior, and how you are. And thinking of the future of how can I then compliment, how is she going to compliment me, and how am I going to compliment her?
there's a certain percentage of women that can pretend.
Exactly.
Just for the sake of getting married to you.
That's true.
So you find, okay, I can give you this other side of myself, this character that you like the most, that I know that you like.
But just in pretense.
But just in pretend. But when I get married to you, I'll be at the back of my head, I'll be like, I will show this man who I am. I'm going to show you who I am.
So this is
So
now
now
then-
it's you really need to do this like on another spiritual level of understanding
Yes.
deep down.
This is where
you
we come
really
back
need
to-
to know.
This is where
really need
need
to
the
know.
basics.
to find someone
What's the basics of inside the Bible? Knowing what the role of a man and the role of a woman are. What I've learned even from the prophets, the husband has to accessorize his wife. For the image is shown on the wife. Your wealth is shown if your wife is looking wealthy. That's when people know that, okay, these guys are a top class couple. Not that your wife is wearing, some kind of clothes from somewhere. That's bougie.
That's a selfish
But they need to be looking accessible. They need to look nice, accessorized with everything that you guys, girls, need. Like, your makeups and stuff. All those things done. Even if you look like someone coming from, people start going like, that's the guy. You see the wife. The wife is looking nice.
And the Bible has made it clear that ladies submit to your husband. Men love your wives. And us as women, we are the incubators. Men, you are the cultivators.
That's
It was simple. It is simple like that.
Wait, please repeat that.
Repeat
The women
I
are.
think the words need to
They should hear them.
time.
They
You
really
know
need
what?
to hear.
Us ladies, women, we are the incubators. Our men, they are the cultivators.
Wow.
It's like that statement that always says, if you give a lady a house, they'll turn it into a home. That's how the Lord wants us to be. And I feel like us as the young generation, we have to take this up and make it our lifestyle. I think we'll discuss this after a short break. Stay tuned.
Spiritual Warfare by the best-selling author of Supernatural Power of the Believer, Uebert Angel. This book will show you how to enforce your God-given supernatural authority to neutralize demonic activity, how to overcome demonic strategies, and deal with the devil. Get an expose of Satan's lies and trickery in this book, Spiritual Warfare by Uebert Angel. Available to order now at www.howard-browne.org.
Welcome back, guys. We're still on the topic gender roles. As you have heard, it's not only supposed to be a man's role to do certain things, but the ladies also have certain roles as well. So we're going to go into a short clip by Prophet Uebert Angel. Let's hear what he has to say about this.
If you don't take care of your wife, your neighbor will. Women, respect anyone who has power. Don't think women are trying to control you. You are too soft that your wife thinks, let me be what you should be. You are acting as the woman. Better your wife become the man. The woman has come to hear your vision of what you want to do in life. And the wife realizes, we're not going anywhere. Women would appreciate a man who is trying. A person can be a bad girlfriend and become a good wife. A good girlfriend can become a very entertaining girlfriend and become a bad wife. See, whosoever finds a wife finds a good thing. So while you are still not married, be wife material. There is one part you should never submit to: sexual intercourse. If I can get it for free, why should I bring you home? So be a wife in the sense of your values, the way you honor and respect. Not a girlfriend you say, do you have a friend? Yes, Peter. Peter needs to go now. Every man here knows there is nothing called my friend. We are just waiting for a time where you accept this friendship to go deeper, and then we do what we want to do. Even the same with your boyfriend. If he still has Charlene as friends, you already know this is not the husband I'm supposed to be with.
Wow. If you don't take care of your wife,
Your neighbor will.
that really touched a soft spot.
All right.
I think men, you need to be worried. You have to step into your character as a husband, as a man, and take charge. What do you guys have to say about this?
I also love what the prophet said. You do not become a wife when you get married. I repeat.
And again,
You know, I feel like with this whole women empowerment, feminism, people are getting a bit confused.
That's true.
They're getting a bit confused. You have to prepare yourself.
The right word is you are getting a little bit big-headed.
Exactly. Exactly. You see? And also as a man, you should know your role.
Exactly.
The moment your wife is asking for something, then
you are lacking something.
You are lacking.
You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Right?
Yes.
We'll take it like this. If us as guys are supposed to be the providers of the house, you are supposed to provide a house for a wife to make it into a what? A home. So that means it's our duty to be the head of the house. You can't be waiting for your wife to tell you, we need money to do what?
you
So
might
you
as well
need
be
to
the wife as
know
well.
when the money is coming. You need to know. You just need to be there to provide. Okay, your wife will tell you, okay, I already left it on the countertop there. It's there already. That's how you step into your character as a man. Take charge.
So sometimes if you see a woman trying to control you, it's not really she's trying to control. Maybe you're not doing the things that you're not that you're actually supposed to do. That's why she's stepping up. Maybe she is the man of the house.
Like Prophet said, as the man, you're being soft. That's why your lady is now stepping up
Because she's
taking your role.
Yeah, you're not
so
doing it.
relaxed. And you should work as a man. Don't rely on your wife's salary. No, you should work and provide. And that way, you gain more respect.
Yeah,
There's some men who are actually sitting on the couch right now.
Being-
And you're
being
watching
potato-
You're busy
Couch
watching me
potatoes.
and your wife is the one at work. Please correct that one.
Definitely, we know that things sometimes get hard. It's not that we're saying that you losing your job is a bad thing.
Yes,
But it doesn't mean you always have to be a couch potato, switching channels each and every time. Your wife gets in, afternoon my wife, good evening my wife.
What's
and
for
your wife
dinner?
you're watching TV throughout the day. No, a man should be leading. Your children need to be the things that they need to see you doing the things that they would want to do when they grow up. Imagine you spend the day in shorts, watching football, watching other men actually chasing after a dead animal's skin. That's a very nice statement. I like that. My
That one is extra. That one is
it's just extra, but it actually makes sense. That why would you be something that is of less when you can be more to your family and to yourself? Actually, it actually shows that you can make yourself be respected.
Yes.
You remember you said that if you get something, if you actually provide, you earn respect. Your wife might even
We
start calling you my
automatically
lord.
just respect you.
Right.
Before you name
Women
like
answer
my
to power.
king, my lord. I won't
Keep
say
going,
another. No,
keep
my
going,
king and
keep
my lord.
going.
I will end there. Automatically, I'll just respect you because you're providing for me.
Exactly.
You're now my lord.
You're in your duty.
My
That's
God.
true.
And another point that I learned today is that ignorance actually kills us more. Why? Because we don't know what our roles as a man, as a woman are, be it in our environments, in our societies, school, work, marriages.
That's true.
So we must invest in learning and knowing what our roles are. That's where these platforms, Man World, Blossom, that's where they come in. That's where we are taught and where we learn what our roles should be.
I loved the statement that the prophet said to the ladies. He said, do not wait to get into marriage to be a good wife. So, in that same sense, do not wait to be a husband for you to be the best husband or a good husband material. The moment you think of courtship, that means you have already set your mind up for marriage. That means you now have to show your future wife that I am the husband that you need. So that these girls don't stress you like, this one doesn't do this one. Let me go look for Jeffrey or George.
The
out
neighbor.
there."
That's when the neighbor will come in.
The neighbor. Because the neighbor does it for his wife. Now it's supposed to be something that you have to say, okay, I'm the man of this house, I'm the husband. So leave comments and definitely give us your feedback on what you think gender role is in our environment and our life. Thank you so much for watching Youth Connect. It's your host, Director Matthew Brandon, signing out. Goodbye.